Penang Port Limit Overview, Legal, Operational, and Institutional Framework. At the international level, Malaysia's Maritime Governance Framework draws its authority from the International Maritime Organization, IMO, a specialized agency of the United Nations, UN, responsible for ensuring safety, security, and environmental protection in international shipping. Through key conventions such as the International Convention for the Safety of Life at Sea, SALAS 1974, the International Convention for the Prevention of Pollution from Ships, MARPOL 7378, and the Standards of Training, Certification, and Watchkeeping for Seafarers, STCW 1978. As amended, the IMO establishes global standards that all maritime nations must implement. As a contracting state, Malaysia has ratified and incorporated these conventions into its national maritime legislation, thereby ensuring uniformity with international maritime law and compliance with global safety protocols. At the national level, Malaysia enforces these international commitments through the Merchant Shipping Ordinance 1952, MSO 1952, the cornerstone of Malaysia's maritime legal framework for Peninsular Malaysia and the Federal Territory of Labuan, with several provisions extended to Sabah and Sarawak to ensure national consistency. The ordinance, administered by the Director of Marine under the Malaysia Marine Department, Jabatan Laut Malaysia, JLM, governs every aspect of ship registration, inspection, navigation, pollution control, and enforcement within Malaysian waters. Its several modern amendments incorporated contemporary maritime security, safety management, and seafarer certification standards to align Malaysia's domestic system with IMO conventions such as the ISM Code and the ISPS Code. Within this national framework, Malaysia Shipping Notices, MSNs, serve as the implementing instruments of IMO conventions and operational guidelines for maritime administration. For instance, MSN 39/2008 governs the issuance and renewal of the International Oil Pollution Prevention, IOPP, certificate under MARPOL Annex I. MSN March 2017 enforces the Ballast Water Management, BWM, Convention, and MSN January 2009 implements the Bunker Oil Pollution Damage, BCC 2001, Convention. Together, these notices translate Malaysia's treaty obligations into standardized, enforceable procedures across all ports, including Penang Port, one of the most strategically significant gateways along the Straits of Malacca. Penang Port Limit and its legal boundaries, located on the eastern coast of Penang Island, facing Seberang Perai on the mainland, Penang Port lies within the Straits of Malacca, one of the world's busiest and most vital maritime corridors. The port serves as the primary hub for trade, logistics, and passenger movement across northern peninsular Malaysia, facilitating containerized, bulk, and cruise operations that connect Malaysia to global markets. To support its wide range of operations, Penang Port consists of several specialized terminals and facilities. Swettenham Pier Cruise Terminal, SPCT, serves international cruise ships near Georgetown. North Butterworth Container Terminal, NBCT, main container hub with free commercial zone status for Bay of Bengal, Far East transshipments. Penang Port Headquarters Office manages administration, marine operations, and port control. Butterworth Deep Water Wharves, BDWW, handles breakbulk cargo with rail and road connections. Vegetable Oil Tanker Pier handles liquid bulk cargo, mainly vegetable oils, via dedicated pipelines. Prey Wharves supports barter trade, bunkering, and coal import operations. Prey Bulk Cargo Terminal, PBCT, focuses on dry bulk cargo with covered storage and mobile cranes. According to Nautical Chart MAL 554, the Penang port limits extend from the northern entrance near Tanjung Tokong down to the southern channel near the Penang Bridge, covering the navigable waters between Pulau Pinang and Seberang Perai. Beyond this boundary lies the Off-Port Limit, OPL Zone, a maritime area beyond official port jurisdiction but still under the oversight of the Marine Department Malaysia, where vessels routinely conduct ship-to-ship, STS, transfers, bunkering, crew changes, and temporary anchorage. These OPL operations are regulated under Part 13 of the Merchant Shipping Ordinance 1952, ensuring that safety, environmental, and navigational standards are upheld even outside the immediate port boundary. Penang Port's infrastructure is supported by two critical crossings, the Penang Bridge and the Sultan Abdul Halim Wadzam Shah Bridge, Second Penang Bridge, which integrate the island's maritime logistics with the mainland's economic corridor. The waterways beneath these bridges form part of the South Channel, primarily navigated by smaller or medium-sized vessels such as tugs, coastal tankers, and local cargo ships, while deep-draft ships and ocean-going vessels typically use the North Channel, which provides direct access to the North Butterworth Container Terminal, NBCT, Swettenham Wharf, and Prey Bulk Cargo Terminal, PBCT, to ensure safe navigation within these constrained waters. Operations are governed by the Penang Port. Navigation within the area of the Bridge Rules 1986, enacted under the Merchant Shipping Ordinance 1952. These rules, issued by the Director of Marine, specifically regulate bridge passage to prevent accidents and protect vital infrastructure. Under Rule 5 Certificate of Height Measurement, vessels exceeding 5 meters in height must obtain a height clearance certificate, confirming that the vessel's air draft, the distance from the waterline to its highest point, allows safe passage beneath the bridge at prevailing tide conditions. This certificate is issued by a surveyor of ships or other authorized Marine Department officer after verifying the vessel's plans and measurements. Furthermore, Rule 10 vessels of certain heights only can pass beneath the bridge prohibits vessels exceeding 28 meters in height from passing under either bridge, while Rule 11 Declaration of Vessel Height requires all vessels of 5 meters or more in height to notify the port officer in writing at least 12 hours before transit. These measures, enforced through the Marine Department Malaysia, are essential for protecting both vessel safety and national infrastructure integrity. Controlled areas, procedures, and anchoring regulations upon entering Penang port limits. Vessels undergo a series of regulated stages before cargo operations commence. The process begins at the pilot boarding ground, where a licensed marine pilot, certified under Part 12 of the MSO 1952 and the STCW Convention, boards the vessel. Acting on the strategic instructions of the port officer and under the ultimate authority of the shipmaster, the pilot guides the ship safely through either the North or South Channel. Depending on vessel type and operational purpose, ships are then directed to designated anchorage zones defined under the Penang Port Rules. Petroleum anchorage, Rule 8, reserved for large petroleum tankers engaged in loading or discharging hazardous cargo. Vessels must comply with safety and pollution control measures as directed by the port officer under Part VA of the MSO 1952, which incorporates MARPOL Annex I provisions. Petroleum anchorage for small crafts, Rule 8, allocated for bunker barges and tugboats conducting fuel supply operations to minimize congestion and environmental risk. Local vessel anchorage, Rule 4, designated for home trade and coastal vessels under 250 feet in length, awaiting berthing schedules or cargo operations. Quarantine anchorage, Rule 7, located between bearings 060° and 075°, used by foreign vessels requiring health, customs, and immigration inspection before port entry, in accordance with the Quarantine and Prevention of Disease Act 1988. Only after clearance from the port officer and Malaysia Marine Department, and upon satisfying all legal and safety checks, may a vessel proceed to its assigned terminal, such as NBCT, Swettenham Pier Cruise Terminal, or PBCT. These structured procedures ensure safe navigation, pollution prevention, and operational efficiency, embodying the principles of Port State Control, PSC, and Flag State Control, FSC, as outlined under Malaysia's obligations to the Tokyo Memorandum of Understanding, Tokyo MOU, on Port State Control. Stakeholders and maritime enforcement. The seamless operation of Penang Port depends on coordinated interagency collaboration. The Penang Port Commission, PPC, serves as the regulatory authority, while Penang Port SDN, BHD, PPSB, manages daily operations. Malaysia Marine Department, MMD, oversees vessel certification, safety inspections, and navigational control. The Malaysian Maritime Enforcement Agency, MMEA, ensures maritime security, whereas the Department of Environment, DOE, monitors pollution. The Royal Malaysian Customs Department and the Immigration Department regulate cargo and crew clearance, and the Ministry of Health, MOH, manages health and quarantine control. The Marine Police, Pasukan Polis Marin, support law enforcement and port security under the Police Act 1967. emergencies. This coordination becomes critical. In cases of fire or explosion, the Marine Department activates the Port Emergency Plan, while the MMEA, Fire and Rescue Department BOMBA, and DOE collaborate to contain hazards and mitigate pollution. During disease outbreaks, the MOH and quarantine officers isolate affected vessels at the quarantine anchorage, enforcing public health protocols before entry. In collision or grounding incidents, JLM and MMEA coordinate rescue and salvage operations under Section 306I at 306JA of the MSO 1952, while port authorities manage traffic control to prevent secondary accidents. In conclusion, Penang Port stands as a vital maritime gateway in northern Malaysia, its operations firmly grounded in both international maritime conventions and national legislation. Through the combined authority of the Merchant Shipping Ordinance 1952, its regional extensions, the Penang Port Rules 1953, and operational instruments such as Malaysian Shipping Notices, MSNs, the port operates within a legally coherent and safety-oriented framework. Supported by interagency collaboration under Arahan NADMA No. 1 and guided by Malaysia's adherence to IMO conventions, Penang Port exemplifies a well-regulated maritime system, balancing trade facilitation with navigational safety, environmental protection, and public welfare. This integration of international law, national enforcement, and local operational rules cements Penang Port's reputation as a safe, sustainable, and compliant maritime hub within the Straits of Malacca, contributing significantly to Malaysia's maritime economy and global shipping network. Thank you for watching.